So as I said, I'm a big fan of modular character. Modularity means shortly that you switch the elements and reuse the previously made elements. In this case, we're gonna switch the drawings a bit, create a new type of sprites, and reuse the animations we created before, and spare a lot of time and create a totally different character. Now, I saved my SVG file as Dark Knight because I'm gonna recolor it. I saved it, so all the names I gave to the groups are the same. So what I do is I'm gonna recolor it very fast. I could redraw it, give him totally new look, but now I'm just gonna recolor it. I'm holding Ctrl and Shift and I'm clicking on all the elements which has this bright blue color. So I'm holding Ctrl to select them even if they are in a group, and I'm holding Shift to add them to the selection. Just hold these two keys together and I can see it here on the bottom at the color that they are the same color. And now I make it a light gray. Okay, and now I go for the darker part and select everything which was darker. This, and this. And I color it a darker gray. Perfect. I think this was the same too. The joint and the... yeah. And now I have the other blue which is in the background for the back arm and other elements. And that will be even darker. I have nothing blue left except a few which are just the shines. I delete those, I don't need those. Alright, I leave the highlights of this bluish white, and this one and the outline's gonna be black. This one, I'm just selecting the elements with the outline. Alright, I check it, the outline here on the bottom, all of them is the same. Now I make them black by shift click. Now this was my original one. This is the darker version, or maybe gray. I could even give some more darkness on the dark parts, but it is fine as it is. The cape and the feather I'm gonna make nice red, and the darker red for the cape bottom. Okay, and now what I'm missing is just the sword. This one is an outline, so I shift click with the color picker, and this one, the handle, the pommel and the cross iron will be also black. Let's make it visible, and this blue I make it a lighter gray, and this thing, this can be this and this can be the darker one. Yes, even better, it looks balanced. So now I just select all of them. Let's check. Yeah, the names are the same. I select all of them, batch export. So I click on this again, export. And it was exporting all the elements. Nice. Now I go to DragonBones and let's see what it does. Import assets. All of them are already covered nicely. I select everything I need. I'm not importing the wind, that's the what we used at the blow, because that's white anyway. I import the assets. With a bit broken English, it's asking if I want to overwrite these images. Yes, I want to overwrite it. Ta-da! And just rotate it to place. Okay, let's see how it looks in the walking animation. Looks proper. Turn back is. Nice. Let's see the idle. Perfect. So I just changed the color and I just reset the sword in place, and that's it. If I would like to redraw something, make it pointier, darker, whatever, I could. What I also love is that it kept the mesh. I didn't have to redraw and remake the mesh for the cape top. Why? Because a mesh is also just a slot. You see it here, and there is the image in it. And that is great. So this image is already converted to a mesh, but because it's in the slot, it keeps it. And that is good for us, because I don't have to animate. Just imagine, that was the hardest part to animate in the whole show, to rotate nicely the bones in the cape and the feather. I don't want to reanimate that for sure. But it works like this. So create modular characters and reuse them. I could totally rebuild this character and redraw, and I challenge you to do that. After you finish the animation, redraw it into an orc. Just draw the elements, have green hands, green head, different weapon, and that's it. Switch the images into your walk animation or a slash animation, and there you go, you have a different character. Play with it, have fun with it, and create a modular character. It works because it's very, very effective.